Art is life. Art is any and everything we do in order to express ourselves as individuals and as the creations of the Almighty. When we're talking art, we're not just talking about visual arts. We're also talking music, drama, literature, painting, and so much more. Now, I'm sure you're wondering where it is I'm going with this, my description of art. Well, it's on this artistic note I want to welcome you to another beautiful time on Executive Discourse, which is coming to you on the network service of the NTA. My name is Ololade Adeniji Adele. Just as I started the show, we're taking an artistic journey on the program today because I am in a place that is referred to as the embodiment of art. And I have a distinguished gentleman. He has been able to put Nigeria in a positive light on the world stage. He has traversed the length and breadth of this world, given an idea as to who he is and what he can bring to the table in the area of art and creativity. Please join me as we welcome right here in Ile-Asha, situated in Ipararemo, Ogun State, Southwest Nigeria, the one and only Jimi Solanke, otherwise known as Babagba. Uncle Jay, how are you?
I'm fine.
Good to see you.
I'm fine. You thrilled me with the opening.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not flattery. It's just a statement of fact about what you've done.
Thank you.
For the purpose of our viewers, especially a lot of the young ones who might just have been hearing Jimi Solanke, not really knowing who exactly Jimi Solanke is, I want you to take us through your story. Where you were born, what year you were born, schools you attended, and how the artistic journey began for you.
I was born a few years ago, 4th of July. 1942.
A few years ago.
And I am a son of the late Alfred Tayo Solanke and Esther Uraola Solanke. All of them, migrated to Lagos from this town, Ipara. And I was born in Ologbo area, Botikere Moniwon. I want to Wanibe, and I went to Ologbo Methodist School. It was the closest place to our house. And when I finished with that, I tried National High School in Butemeta before my father decided, go to Odogbolu. They just set up a school there. So I went to Odogbolu Grammar School. And then I was classmates of a lot of great people today. One of them, a good friend of mine, classmate, Baba General Dia. We just started the school together. Oshindero, late, he was in the school. and a lot of great people did. I mean, and I finished from school, and they were trying to get me into apprenticeship in printing technology. I was sent to Ibadan because my uncle then, Chief M.S. Showole, was in charge of, was the representative or commissioner in London for Western region. He brought in the Caxton Press, so I was attached to them. And from there, I developed some artistic zeals and interests. I ran into the Mbari group. Higo, Christopher Okibo, and Ralph Akpara, Yemili Jadwole, Shoyinka, even Baba Botunde Jimere, Ulibaya, all of them, Peggy Harper. So that's how I stepped into their midst and started, becoming a proper artist. Because when you were a singer then, you were just singing in small places, but this time they were opening me up into small roles at Mbari Club in Ibadan. And that was where they muted the attitude of getting a school of drama started in the University of Ibadan under the Institute of African Studies. Michael Crowder was the director, and by the time they came out to recruit, young minds who would like to be dramatists, all of us that were hired in Mbari were advised to apply, and we applied, and we became the first set of dramatists in Africa to attend a school of drama in 1963. From there, I went into the Institute of Cultural Studies, University of Ife.
When you finished in Ibadan?
Yeah, when I finished in Ibadan, in 1969. I did a lot of things. One of them that made me to become an Edonian, Edo State. Then it was Midwest Arts Council. We produced a play, Oborawen Nogbaise. The opening statement of that play I will never forget, by Olarotimi. When Oborawen got out because they brought characters who were rebelling against him. As he came out, some birds dread water. Ducks sleep in it. The same it is with some men. Some men dread trouble. Others curse trouble. Why did you do it? Why did you kill Uwange Giebo? Because the moon is dim. Little scary stars cast a glitter of shadow. Tonight, you all die. From that moment in that character, I would have been engulfed in the spirit of Oborawen. We played it in Ogbemudia Stadium, and the governor said, I will not live with the troupe. That this is our king, you must stay here. So I became a member of Midwest Arts Council.
Wow, wow. Of course, with such a performance, who would let you go?
And so I was there in 1972 until preparatory time for Festac. And I came back to Ibadan to be with Professor Adeluba when we were planning the drama, and it was Langbodo that we were working on. So I went abroad in the end of '77. I went to the US, stopped by in England, France, went to America. A majority of the people I knew here then were saying, stay, stay, stay. So I had to stay with them. I stayed and started a lot of things I used to do. Storytelling, folk singing. Folk singing is the most important aspect of culture everywhere in the world. So in America, I became the most wanted folk singer and storyteller. I love telling stories, and that was part of what assisted me. In America, I set up a thing we call African Review. We toured everywhere, and I'm glad. Yeah.
Now, you are known as a master storyteller, and you have also alluded to the fact that, yes, storytelling is one of your greatest strengths, has been a great strength for you from way back then. Apart from storytelling, I know you also sing, you draw, you sculpt. What area of art don't you do? Or have you not put your hands, Uncle Jimi?
At this young age, I would say that it's not me doing everything. It's God that attracted my impulses into the talents. Àtẹ̀rí talent rẹ̀ mọ́rẹ̀, arákùnrin, Olúwa yóò béèrè lọ́wọ́ rẹ̀, ohun tó fi ṣe. If you have talents, don't hide it. That's why I work hard on every aspect of art that I am, open to. Just if you give me just a small slide of the curtain, I will try to open it wide, so that at least that's part of the talent I will imbibe. Never was paint. I was a paint and brush artist, but by God, I have artworks now that people are looking for. People are coming here to take them in hundreds. I've started the artwork that I am specialized in is not a general one. It's very unique with me. So it was an artwork that I wanted to teach myself so I can teach it to children on any of my television programs, briefly, for them to be able to use waste and turn them into wealth. I was never an actor. I was just a mere singer, singing folk songs, telling stories to children on radio, on television. But I had one talent, which I have more improved now. The talent of writing Highlife songs. I wrote some Highlife songs when I was even in school in Odogbolu. Like this song, Ọ̀rọ̀ màrè ará àdúgbò, wọ́n tún ká ṣàmíràn dé, wọ́n ń pè yẹn lónílé gogoro, wọ́n á wé yẹn bí ìdí ògo. I wrote that song when I was in school because in Odogbolu.
As a young man.
Yes.
Where did you get the because I'm thinking, where did you get the inspiration for that?
Because then it was very popular. Onile gogoro, onile gogoro.
The headgear.
Headgear. Type of headgear that looked like the spinning top. And you know the koto.
Yeah.
It would just go
like
a
cone.
Like a cone, yes. Onile gogoro. And onile gogoro. So the inspiration came, and I wrote the song. So when I came home on holidays, I gave the tune to Tunde, their singer, or Tunde or Shofison.
Okay.
I gave it to him, and they practiced it. Each time at Abalabi, everybody, hey, onile gogoro bode. They went to the studio and recorded it. Wow. I was not even chanced to go and to any studio then. I was very young. And once that happened, I gave them about 3 other songs. It's now that I'm sitting down in this my recluse in my hometown now, writing more songs.
Highlife tunes.
because I don't want Highlife to go into extinction. So I still have some Highlives. I'm releasing some in this, my celebration of 80.
By the special grace of God.
Small years, I have 40 years more.
I mean,
now.
you're still a very young man.
Yeah, I mean, what are we talking about?
Yeah. Now, Uncle Jimi, looking at you, you're a man who has had quite some interesting years being an artist, being a storyteller, and being involved in various forms of art. How has the journey of the arts been like for you as an individual?
It's been fantastic. Even though at the beginning, my father, who eventually loved me so much, towards the end of near 100 years, my father, who eventually believed in me, did not like it. I used to sing in the choir, Holy Trinity School, Holy Trinity Church. Ebutero, that big, that old big church. And by the time I had the opportunity to become a singer, my father didn't like it. In those days, when you are a singer, let me tell you the truth. You are gutter boy. Yeah. You are suta. You are nobody. I would go to Abalabi when I was getting, from secondary school days were over. I was sneaking to Abalabi. They would not allow me to come back home to sleep. They would have locked them. My father would say, don't open the door for him. And so, eventually, he got into the steps and knew that. And when he started hearing Jimi Solanke, oh, they did a play yesterday. Jimi Solanke was exceptional. I stayed strong that this is what I want to be.
You were not deterred.
No. A performing artist. Before I leave home, I would have found his key. I would have opened the back door of the car. So each time I come back from Abalabi or anywhere,
and you're not allowed in,
I will just sneak into his car and sleep. If he wakes up first, he will kick me out of his car.
One of your greatest strengths is storytelling. And I know that you particularly, I emphasize that word, love children. Was it your love for children that gave birth to the need to tell stories to them?
The aspect of storytelling, I learned from when we were small in Lagos. They will cut us during holiday times into Bole Kajas, drop us at the Ikorodu. Then we will take Kathleen, one of those boats that will carry everything across to Ikorodu. They will drop us at Ebutero, and then we will be carted into Ikorodu in Gbadi, or what do you call that kind of boats? Bole Kaja means come down and let's fight.
That's the literal meaning of it.
Which means you and the conductor.
Yes, you're getting it hot.
And it shift, and you are not shifting. Bole Kaja now.
Come down.
So, as soon as we get to Ikwara, where I have now retired to, every evening, various uncles in those days would be there to entertain us. They will sing songs to us. They will tell us stories. And I was very keen on listening to them, on sharing. It was like I was recording a lot of things they were doing. So by the time I get to Lagos, I would just gather my friends and do movie for them. Carry a big table, cover it with white cloth, light some candle at the back of it, and begin to use some cut prints. This one is fighting it, you say, oh, it's fighting it, but this one is coming from that, and beat this one. All the
Even
children.
From childhood. Where did you get that knowledge? that could happen. Because as you're saying it now, I'm wondering, as a child who has just gone on holidays, you've heard some folk tales, and then you come back, yes, and reenact it. How did you get that inspiration?
That's why I tell you, it's God that is doing everything about me. I am nobody. I'm not. That's why I still say I'm not even finished. I'm nobody. I still want to do a lot more. And by the grace of God, I'm going to do a lot more. Amen. The rest of the world will hear more.
Amen.
So by the time these people enjoy it, I got into creating masks for them. At Christmas, I got into creating caps for them. Until, even before I got into secondary school, I was already doing that. So I said, it's all a case of having been talented in the area of the arts.
Still on storytelling, I know that one of the things that you have done, and for which a lot of, even people of my age, knew you back then, and some younger ones knew you back then, was your love for folklore, and still is your love for folklore. You tell a lot of folklore, you tell stories to children, even though your own was, I think, Storyland, right?
Yes, Storyland.
Storyland, yes. It was
Storyland, land of music, fun and tales, Storyland, bring your friends along.
Yes. Back then, you had Storyland. I know that the NTA also has the likes of Tales by Moonlight. Now, I'm looking at all of these stories that you have told and which you're still telling several decades after. And I want to relate it to the Nigerian situation in terms of telling our stories, telling authentic stories that reflect who we are. How have we fared in Nigeria?
Just like I said earlier on, I've tried my best, and I'm still trying. But the point is this: storytelling is a very traditional aspect of our life that should not go into extinction. Just like I said, I came home here on holidays to be part of it, to learn and sink into it. Every story must have a reason why all these things happen. And the reason must be the moral base of the story. Just like Once Upon a Time. The hare, in its attitude of pride, went to the tortoise. Tortoise, I can learn you out of the line between here and the king's palm tree. Can you bear it with me? Slow po. The tortoise said, you want to have a race with me? Yeah, okay. Because of the pride, hidden in the air, the day came and they started the race. The hare will run, play, and snooze and fall asleep. Slowly and steadily, the tortoise was coming. The hare with its ears look back and say, and sleep again. Until the tortoise slowly ran, at least he too was running, ran past the hare and got to the finishing point at the king's palm tree. By the time the hare woke up this time, he found the tortoise
at the finishing
point. So, what made the tortoise to reach the finishing point was consistency and the will to win. That's why I love being a storyteller.
A storyteller, yes, indeed. This is the master storyteller. I mean, he just went into, the mood, into the spirit. He didn't need any prompting. Now, Uncle Jimi, as we're still talking about storytelling, I look at what we have today, what has metamorphosed from what the likes of you started, the likes of Professor Wole Soyinka, the likes of Taiwo Ajayi Lycett and co. What you started on stage. It has a lot of it has metamorphosed into filmmaking today. So much so that we have a lot of young people who want to go into the art and craft of filmmaking. But one thing gives me cause for concern. I might be wrong. The quality of the stories we tell. Are they reflective of us? Do they tell who we are? Is it something that anybody will hear, or a picture, a movie that anyone will see and say, yes, this is the identity of these people of Nigeria?
As for filmmaking in Nigeria, I laugh. And the reason why I'm laughing is they've turned it into big heaps of commercial competition. And when I sit down and watch the first one and the second one, the themes, the stories, the messages are just competing with each other in a big competitive bout. That's why my stage is under construction outside. I personally prefer to be a stage actor than a film actor.
Why?
Why? When you are a film actor, you have the opportunities of making mistakes, and the director can easily say, cut. Okay, can we take two? And they go to take 3, to take 4. We don't have such opportunities on stage.
There's no luxury of a second take.
When you are going on stage, you say, break a leg. Once you have taken a character on stage, the audience is there. You are here. All of you are in a union of theaterdom. You never dare think of making a mistake. You never can waste anybody's time. You must have, assumed that this role I'm playing is the role. Because stage actors, they take time to fall into character, to study lines. And film actors, they can call them from one location to come and meet us in a location. In less than 1 hour, he has done the 10 minutes insert of the film, and he's paid his money and he's gone. That is not a stage actor's realm. You carry your character from 0 minutes to about 2 hours. That's when I call you an actor. That's when you are an actor. And that's where I want to remain. A proper actor. It's only in some serious roles that I can spend time in locations and all that. What they are doing now is just a bandwagon of presences in front of the camera. Makeup, come and wipe this, and then presences, you know what I mean? It's me now. It's me now. It's me now. Playing the same roles over and over again. My acting teacher, a long time ago, maybe 50 years ago, will not allow me to do that kind of a job. That's why you don't see me in movies. They are making money in it, but I'm fine the level in which I am.
Now, for you, Uncle Jimi, I know that apart from storytelling, yes, you also have some maybe books you have written, stories you have written, and so much.
Oh, yes.
What determines, what influences the kind of stories you tell?
I'm grateful to hard work. Because when we started telling stories, when I came back from the US, I didn't even put it in my mind that I was going to be taking any money from LTV8. That's where we started. So by the time we could not continue with them, because I ended up taking a job in Ife, until I had a letter from NTA that we should go to NTA Jos for a conference, a workshop conference on children's programs. I was part of a group, a committee in the main, as they were sharing groups, children's stories and television for children, entertainment. So we came up with Storyland. And Storyland, they helped the money to 100 naira per episode.
Wow.
I still
From
have,
50 naira.
I still have, I still have the
contract form.
Yeah,
the pink
in this
form.
house. Yes.
The pink form.
Yes, 100 naira per episode. So, I mean, it was not because there was any money in it, but because of interest. All along, I love children. Even my children can confirm that. I love children.
I can confirm that.
Thank you very much, man. I love children. And something from me that can entertain them and at the same time educate them, you know, I'm very happy till date. Majority of great people that were part of listening to my stories, I still love them because they say, what you did in our life, Uncle Jimi, yay, what you added to our life. I am still getting set to tell stories though, because I thank my God. It still, you know, gives me that pep, that push.
Ginger
that
to tell stories. All right, I have been speaking with Uncle Jimi Solanke, the master storyteller, the artist par excellence, because he's a well-rounded man in the area of arts. I know that you have worked with a few people back then and even up until now. So I would want us to take a pause on this conversation while we get to speak with and bring to our viewers, show to our viewers one or two persons that you have worked with, so that we get to know really the kind of a person the man Jimi Solanke is, especially at work. Because all you see, yes, there's play, there's work, but let's get to know what he was like at work. We'll be right back.
I don't think we can actually give one kind of description to Jimi Solanke. He's a one of a kind, absolutely extraordinary man, inimitable man. I don't think there's any artist quite like him here in Nigeria. He had impacted so many lives. It's been so many things to so many people. To me, is the consummate actor. I wonder how many people actually know him for the kind of actor that he is. On stage is the most formidable adversary I've had, if you can call it that, on stage. He's a powerful actor, and I miss him on stage. I wish somebody would write some two-hander or four-hander even and put Jimi and I on stage, and then they'll know what acting is all about from a male actor. He's an incredible man.
Uncle Jimi Solanke is a dynamic, young at heart, thespian, artist, philosopher, and general good guy. He brings a lot of passion to everything he does. Uncle Jimi has influenced a lot of generations through, Generation X, my group, my age group, and probably some older than me. Working with him, couldn't have been more pleasurable because he's always very jovial, he's full of life. So Uncle Jimi, I wouldn't say he was driven by just that nice warm bottle of Gulda that he occasionally requested, but you can see that his passion for what he does is very, very inherent. His smile, his energy, his joy for life is very obvious in everything he does. So it was a real pleasure working with him.
The program is still Executive Discourse, coming to you on the network service of the NTA, and having met, well, the individuals who have worked with Uncle Jimi. Uncle Jimi, back to our conversation. I know that you love music. You sing music. But for you, what is music for you? Is it just a form of storytelling as well? Or there's something else you seek to, there's a different message you seek to pass across with music? What is it about music?
Music is a soothing balm, both for the singer and the listeners. Music is a very strong area in the performing arts. Because if you are, whether you are writing, composing, directing, singing, being part of music, music is spiritual. That when a band is fully blended, the outreach of what they are playing can make the whole audience to be totally relaxed until the last note of the movement of that music. Music is very powerful. That's why I am afraid of some of the release of some of our current artists. They are doing comedy with a real powerful segment of the arts.
Which is music.
Which is music, and it shouldn't be so. That's why till tomorrow, until the last breath in me, I will sing. I will sing.
And of course, if music is the food of life, why don't you play it on?
Let it go.
Let it play on, yes. Now, I want to take you slightly away from music, where we'll still come back to music. And there's something I've always wondered, but somehow it just has never occurred to me to ask you. We call you Baba Agba. Where's that from?
Okay, I did an album in 1986. Precisely, 1986.
Still along the lines of music, the Baba Agba.
Baba Agba. The album was titled Stories. So I called each of the song a story. Baba Agba, Bareni Joye, Ochupa, all such tracks. But one of the tracks, Baba Agba.
Is that the same Baba Agba?
Baba Agba, ẹ̀rù ló ń bà mí o, nítorí ọmọ kékeré kan tó lóun fẹ́ ṣọkọ mi. Kò jẹ́ dúró sílé, kó fara mọ́ mi. Jojúmọ́ ló ń dẹ́dò, ló ń dẹ̀gbẹ́. Kò má jẹ́ dúró sílé o, kó fà mí mọ́ra. Lójoojúmọ́ ló ń dẹ́dùn lójoojúmọ́. Ìwọ Baba Agba, ó wù mí lọ́kùnrin tó bá ṣe lé ọlá ló wọ̀. Má bá ẹ lọ.
Yes, I know that song.
It's a maiden song reporting to the elderly man that, look, that young man, you know, he wants to be my husband, but he dares not. One day,
he has no time at
all. No time
all
for me every day, not even to sit down to let us eat. But old man, are, you told me, you're taking care of me. Even if it is the Boba Shenu Ejo.
Wow.
Even if you are going towards a snake, a snake pit,
I'll go with you. Wow. I think I want to do something here. I want our viewers to see Uncle Jimi in his element, singing. I'm not sure he even remembers that I might have this video clip. Okay, let's see Uncle Jimi in his element with the microphone and that beautiful voice. Let's see that and we'll be back. A bundle of talent, you would agree with me. That is Uncle Jimi Solanke for you. I mean, I'm sure that even he doesn't know the amount of what he has, the wealth of what he has that is inbuilt in him. And still talking music, still talking storytelling. What drives you?
The will to be better than I was yesterday.
Short and sharp. How has your life as an artist impacted your family?
I am free with them. I don't even allow my profession to disturb my family life. But as it is, some of my children, they live in it. They know what their father is doing. And apart from studying their different subjects, apart from working in their different fields, you will still find that artistic knack in their blood.
All right. Well, we've heard from Uncle Jimi. So now let's get to meet some other members of the family and find out who really Uncle Jimi Solanke is on the home front as an artist, the father, the husband. Let's get to meet them. We'll be right back.
Jimi is a very wonderful person. Different personality. Different from any other man. He's a kind person, loving person, very intelligent. In fact, I call him God's son because in so many ways, he has a lot of reasons that could make God to be angry with him, yet God overlooks. So he is a God's son. So many things that he does, it's like came into me, that I learned from him. In our house, there's no sadness. Even when there is anything that bothers or disturbs the family, you know, we talk to God about it and then we overlook. And then every day is like theater in the house.
One word I would use is an enigma. You can't really figure Jimi out. He's one of the kindest, most giving human beings I've come across. Jimi will give you the shirt off of his back. He will do whatever it will take for you to be comfortable. So he's a very giving, kind person. But one thing you really, look, can't stress this enough. You can't just box Jimi into this is who he is. So that's why I say Jimi is an enigma. Being his son, in the manner of comporting myself, in how I carry myself, in the way that there's a legacy that he has, you know. So those are aspects that influence my life and the way that I live.
Well, I like to say that he's a very special human being. He's a people's person. He has a very strong personality. He's loving, he's caring, he's fun to be with. He's my hero, my daddy. He's a funny man, he's a great singer, he's a great actor. He has a very high sense of humor. He's my free taxi, he's my own bank.
Uncle Jimi is an icon. He's a wonderful brother. He's a wonderful father. He's a wonderful uncle to us in Ipara. It's somebody that you can rely on. It's somebody that is very consistent when it comes to issues. We're all happy that he's coming back home at this time. For Uncle Jimi and the things that he has done for us in Remo, particularly Ipara, it's just the rightful time for all in Ipara to feel that the legend is back home. And we're so happy about that.
Glad to know you're still here with us. The program is still Executive Discourse, coming to you on the network service of the NTA. And we have heard from the family members of Jimi Solanke. Now, Uncle Jimi, in continuation of this conversation as we begin to take it on the home stretch, you are an embodiment of art. And I would say that again and again and again. With all that you have been able to do, and knowing that, yes, there's still so much to do, you have left Ife and you have come to retire in your home state here in Ikpararemo, where we're presently having this conversation. What is your opinion, or what are your expectations that your relocation to Ikpararemo will do for the arts and crafts, and also for Ikpararemo as a community and Ogun State in general, Nigeria?
To start with, I am here to enhance all aspects of art. Performing arts, creative art. I'm here to enhance the enhancement. And a lot of youths in the town are already coming here, coming to practice there. Even I've done Literacy Day with the Ministry of Education here. Poetry reading, and very soon you will hear from us. Come to our food festival, come to our Ashoke festival, come to our folk songs and folk tales festival. Because I believe in all this, I'm setting up programs for all these things, I'm just getting rejuvenated. That is the secret.
That is the secret, yes. So in this gallery that we are, you know, where we have a lot of your works on display now, things are going to be happening outside as well.
Yes.
We're expecting to have a theater, if I'm correct.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, what else are we expecting to have there?
Oh, live drama. Because like I've said all along that I am a slave to live theater and stage theater. So there will be a lot of programs because we are going to be collaborating with the Department of Theatre Arts from different colleges that I have worked with, bringing their plays here, and our own taking our plays built up here into the campuses. We have good ideas that we are building up outside there. And by the grace of God, the coast will be clear.
Amen. Amen. Finally, on this show today, Uncle Jimi, as it's our style, you're a man who has seen so much. I wouldn't want to say you have seen it all, because in lending credence to what you said, that you haven't even started at all, you haven't achieved anything at all. But you have seen so much, you have done so much, especially in promoting the art and culture of Nigeria and taking it on the world stage. What are your final words? What's your message to Nigerians on how we can revive and maintain our culture and also promote arts in Nigeria?
My great people, maybe you don't know, try and put support onto any young men, young women around you who are interested in any area of the development of our culture in whatever area they are trying it. Because at the end of the day, they are not coming here, the borders will be opened. And all groups of people will be coming. They're already coming to visit me from all the way from London. I will just describe this place, and they will get here. Improve your interest in, sustenance of people who are into culture. Let us all believe that, if we are we have now come to a point where we can assist any cultural, oriented group or person to achieve their class. Because a lot of people who have achieved classes all over the world are looking into Africa to come and, collaborate, to come and study, to come and learn, to come and know who we are culturally. Please allow culture to exist. Culture is not a religion. If you are interested in religion, go and source for that, but not in culture. Even our people, we are doing culture. We as our people, we have our own religion away from culture. Being who you are, doing that's all I live on. Being me. And that's why I call this place Ibudo Asha, the realm of culture. So, please give them a lot of respect anywhere you meet them. Appreciate them, support them, or else we end up into the second slavery, which is not going to be that they are coming here to take us. Is that we are already here being molded into foreign culture just freely.
Before I let you go, Uncle Jimi, what determines your dress sense?
Oh, my dress sense. Every day what I decide to do is I put, my wife says, he has so much panty as clothes that can fill a hall. So my clothes are in the gatehouse. They store it. And I tell her, look, don't worry, I'm storing them because when we start my theater experience, we will have enough costumes for people to wear on stage. We will not be begging for costumes all over the place. He says, Koburu, but she's already helping me. She's already helping me to collect costumes. When I want to come out, I think of how I'm feeling in the day and select, colors. I love looking good too. I love looking youthful. I love looking aged when it is necessary. Cleanly aged. When I'm finished dressing, I will call my wife. Mama Sheung, hello, am I okay? And you say, I've tried it 3 times even before this program. She was the one who decided, take black one, take this one, let them rhyme. So that's my costumier there.
Yes, that's your costumier. Any particular preference for colors?
Blue, wine, purple.
Blue, wine, and purple. Thank you very much, Uncle Jimi Solanke Babagba, for having spent time with us today. I'm taking one thing away from this conversation that we have had, and that's where you hung this discussion, saying that we must promote our culture, we must promote our tradition. It is not a religion, but it is a way of life.
Yes.
The show has been Executive Discourse on the network service of the NTA, and this is where we draw the curtain. Our cultures, our traditions are very important to us because they define us as a people. Without our cultures, we don't have a history, and a people without a history are forgotten people. They are not in existence. Join us again, same time next week on the largest television network in Africa, the NTA. Till then, I remain Ololade Adenijadeli saying bye-bye.